So hard today, but as Alan West said, we have 57 days to go, and there is not a moment to rest between now and Election Day. It really has been great to see so many friends and familiar faces, not just from the local Republican Jewish Coalition, but as was mentioned during what sounded almost like a convention roll call, but to see all of our Republican Jewish friends from around the country who came here to Florida to be able to participate, to help make the difference in what we all know is going to be such an incredibly important state, November 6th. Now, I know people have talked about the size of this audience, but I remember back when they used to talk about the fact that you could fit all of the Jewish Republicans in a phone booth. Well, how about this for the size of a phone booth? Like many of you, I am a lifelong Jewish Republican who happens to be the son of liberal Jewish Democrats. And I'm sure you can only imagine what it was like when I had to tell my mother when I turned 18 to register to vote that I was going to be voting and registering as a Republican. Now that conversation only pales in comparison to the one that I had with her after I graduated from law school and told her I wasn't going to be a lawyer. But I have had a tremendous honor of being able to participate in Jewish Republican politics locally and nationally, and am truly honored to serve as one of the 5 national co-chairs for Jewish Americans for Romney. And so we are very excited about that. And as many of you know, and many of you reside in District 22, which is currently so ably represented by Congressman Alan West, and you know that I am now running to replace him in District 22, as he now is going to be serving from District 18. As has been mentioned, I'm running against the former mayor of West Palm Beach. What you may not know about Lois Frankel is that she was Debbie Wasserman Schultz's mentor in the Florida House of Representatives. And so if you think Debbie Wasserman Schultz is liberal, you haven't met my opponent yet. Now, District 22 is considered one of the most competitive open seat races in the entire country. It's a district that we know is going to be targeted by both political parties. We're proud to have the full backing and support of the National Republican Congressional Committee, and I am proud to have the support of the Young Guns program for the top candidates in the country. Now, one of those original Young Guns, you may recognize his name. His name's Eric Hasner. And I got to tell you this. Eric Hasner's a little bit lonely in Washington, being the only Jewish Republican in Congress. So we need to give him some company. We're going to do that. We're going to do that by electing Josh Mandel to the United States Senate, Linda Lingo to the United States Senate, and others. And at some point soon, we are going to have a Jewish Republican minion in Congress. Many of you know I met my wife Jillian through the Republican Jewish Coalition. And so this is more than just an organization to us. This really is a family. And we've always said that the Republican Jewish Coalition has been an organization that stands between the Jewish vote going all the way to the Democrats. Well, this year, the Republican Jewish Coalition is an organization that stands between Barack Obama and another 4 years in the White House. In your efforts, we're going to make sure that we elect Mitt Romney on November 6th. Now this is a critical moment in American history, and has been so eloquently stated by the speakers who have come before me. I think we recognize that there are 2 very different and divergent paths for the future of this country. On the economy and creating jobs, we need a president that believes in the spirit of the individual, not the power of the state. on Israel. We want a president who will stand shoulder to shoulder with our greatest ally in the Middle East, not turn his back on the state of Israel. Now, for those of us who live here and for those of us within our own community around the country, sometimes we hear far too often that those fellow Jews within our own community, sometimes they tell us they're one-issue voters. And they'll have their excuses and they'll have their reasons. But here's my message for you to deliver to them and to all other Jews in this election. If you are going to be a one-issue voter, make it the safety and security of the state of Israel, because the survival of the Jewish people is dependent upon it. Now, there are a lot, I saw them here tonight. There are a lot of Christian Zionist supporters of Israel, and I know some of you are here tonight. The pro-Israel Christian community. And being that we are in Palm Beach County, and being that it was just a few days ago that the Democratic Party chair went on an intolerant rant about Christians, let me say this to you, our fellow Zionists. We are so thankful for the support. We are so thankful for your commitment. We are so thankful for your friendship to the state of Israel. Israel would not be what it is today without the pro-Israel Christian community. We know this, that America has faced tough challenges time and time again, and each and every time there has been a generation that has answered the call. This is our time. This is our chance to make sure that future generations have opportunities better than the ones that we had, so that they can achieve more economic prosperity, so that they can have an era of more freedom. But it's not going to be possible unless we do the work. And so what you're doing here today, what you are doing for the next 57 days, is so critical to that mission. Because we know that Florida is a battleground state. We know that making just a difference with 10% of the Jewish vote here in the state of Florida could make all the difference of winning Florida, and winning Florida could make all the difference in winning the White House. I know you're doing a lot. I know you're doing a lot, but I have a message for you. You have to do more. You have to work harder. There is absolutely no time to waste. We need you to give more time. We need you to give more energy. We need you to give more financial resources to candidates, to make phone calls, to knock on doors, to wave signs, to talk to your friends. There are 58 days to go before the election. There is no time to waste, because we do not want to wake up on November 7th and say that there was still more that we could do. This year we are working our tuchuses off in Boca Raton, so that next year we are celebrating in the White House, we are celebrating a majority in the United States Senate, we're celebrating in my office in the United States Capitol, and so that we can go get America back moving again. Thank you all so much.